listen, I'm prefacing this. All of our tests were online, so you best believe I cheated.
And college is nothing like the movies. I actually got a vacuum cleaner for Christmas.
Praise God. I always say that Dr. Pepper is my beer. Hey,
I'm Mia.
and my name is Emily,
And
this is Almost Adults.
So, welcome back to our second episode. I can't believe we're already on episode 2.
That's crazy.
And this week, we're going to be telling you a few things you need to know before coming to college. Because there's a lot of things that people don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But Mia, how did you feel going into college? Like first emotions, feelings, like knowing you were coming here, what did you feel?
Well, obviously, when I was like a senior, I was super excited. I was ready to graduate. I was ready to get out of my hometown and just be on my own. And then the summer came and I was having fun hanging out with my friends. And then it just kept getting closer and closer to the moving day. I was like, oh, I actually don't want to leave, actually. I'd like to stay here forever and ever. Yeah. But anyway, how did you feel about coming to college?
I mean, I was ready my sophomore year of high school. Like, I feel like I was that kid that was, I already had senioritis my freshman year of high school. It was just
crazy.
like, you know, I'm meant for bigger things in high school.
For bigger
So
things.
I'm ready to leave. And I just hated living, like, I didn't hate living in my parents' house, but I also was a very independent person. So I was like, I'm ready to be on my own and be so cool in college and all this stuff, you know, which is not all that it's cracked up to be, but it is really fun. But I think the summer, I don't really remember the summer before coming to college that much. Let's be real.
I remember it pretty well.
I think as what I remember is I was really excited to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a lot of fun with my friends and everything, and I was really emotional about leaving them. But then I also was like, I'm just so ready to start this new chapter of my life, because I'm the type, I'm so impatient. And so whenever I get comfortable with something, like, I'm ready for it to be over so I can move on to the next thing, which probably isn't the best trait to have, because I get comfortable really fast, and then I'm like, okay, on to the next thing. But, I mean, other than that, I was okay the whole time until I got here, and then I was sad. But
yeah, I was also really scared because I didn't know anyone come up here, like, at all.
No, I didn't either.
And my friend group, they didn't stay together, but like 2 went to one school and 2 went to another school, and then I was just up here, all the way up here by myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna know anybody. This is scary.
Yeah, I am one of the only students from my high school that actually, like, was here. And, like, some came, like, a few years before me, obviously, but my school didn't really know, like, what Arkansas State was.
Yeah.
And I was totally fine with coming here, like, without anyone, because the main thing is there's like 2 or 3 colleges that, like, everyone goes to from my high school.
Yeah.
And I told myself I was not going to those because I wanted to separate myself from that and, like, meet new people and, like, have a new fresh start. So, like, I was really excited about all that. Was I scared? Absolutely. But I was more excited because I just like to meet new people on certain things. And I was ready for a change.
I also didn't know anybody that went to like a big school. And so the only thing I knew about college was like from movies. And college is nothing like the movies.
No, it is not. I mean, the only thing that's somewhat right is, like, the whole social aspect of meeting so many people. But, like, the events of the social aspect, not true at all.
That's what there's the like fair at the beginning of the year. What's that called? The organization fair.
Yeah, that's
At the very beginning of the year, my mom, the very first like week when we moved in, she was like, have you gone to the Pitch Perfect fair yet? Because in the
it's
movie
like
Pitch Perfect,
it's like a baby Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, I was like, no, Mom, I
fair.
haven't gone yet, but I just think about that sometimes and it makes me giggle.
It is fun to go to because you get free stuff, but it's also kind of overstimulating because it's so hot. There's so many people, but you get free stuff, so that's all that matters, really. So,
But anyway, so we, like I said, just have quite a few tips of things that we wish we knew before coming to college, especially since we didn't know anyone up here already. So I would say the first one would be just knowing how to do like basic life skills.
Absolutely. Like, you need to know how to do your laundry. You need to know how to clean, take care of yourself. Like, I know a lot of people just in like high school that didn't really know how to do their own laundry because their mom would do it for them and all this stuff, which I learned at such a young age to do that. And I thank my parents every day that they taught me how to do laundry when I was like 8 years old.
Oh, I didn't learn until junior year of high school.
Oh no, I had to do my own laundry in like third, fourth grade.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yep, my parents were like, you're gonna learn how to do your own stuff. Like, we'll help you. But I really thank them for that too, because I mean, it just helped me. But you don't need to be on your own and not know how to do those things.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like, no matter if you learn it right before you come here or not, like, that does not matter. But you know, you need to know how to take care of yourself, because your mommy's not gonna be here for you.
Yeah, and you also need to know how to keep your space clean.
Yeah,
because
especially if you have a roommate.
Yes, because dorms are tiny and they get messy quick.
Yeah. Me and Mia know, because we're in a tight space and we have to keep our space clean all the time, or we stress out and freak out and the anxiety starts to settle in, especially for me.
Emily. Yes.
If my area is not like picked up perfect and everything, I'm tweaking until it's fixed, because I say that my life isn't together until my room is picked up and everything is organized.
Oh, not me, that's for sure. I pile everything on my desk, and if I need my desk, I move it to my bed until I'm like, I cannot live like this anymore.
And that's okay, because that's your side of the room, and so I say that my side is the side that's like I worry about, and then I kind of disassociate your side.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, this is like, because it's like technically like my side of the room, and so I'm like, okay, this is what I control. So it's okay. Like, I don't even think about it. If your side's like not picked up, I don't care. But it's whatever.
But kind of with that, I actually got a vacuum cleaner for Christmas.
Praise God.
Because we have a rug, and when we bought it, it was like a cream color, and now it is definitely
It's like brown.
turning a brown color. Because
it's still
cute. It is still cute, but it is not smart to buy a white rug.
We went to Home Goods the other day and saw like the rug that we actually bought, and we're like, oh, we didn't realize it was this white.
Oh, it was this color.
We're like, it doesn't look like that no more. Oops.
But our dorm room is, I feel like it's abnormally small.
It is very small, but like it works for us.
Yeah, because we know each other. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is very small. So we've learned how to like save on space, like know what to get rid of, not keep.
And also we don't have super, like, your desk is your desk and my desk is my desk, but like we have storage space together.
Yeah. I was like, we work well together. If you don't work well with your roommate, then that's not gonna be easy for you. Which, it's very normal and happens. Like, me and Mia both had roommates our freshman year, like first semester, that we didn't really work out with very well. Nothing against them. It was just like our personalities didn't really mix or anything. And so then when we decided to move in together, it was a really good idea. But a lot of the times, if you get a random roommate, or even if it's like maybe your best friend, sometimes it's not the best idea to live with them.
Yeah. Like,
sometimes I've heard a lot of people say don't live with your friends.
Yeah.
Unless, like, there's certain circumstances. And so, like, I think ours is one of the 1 in a million type of thing, you know?
Because
like,
we have, like, the same values and stuff.
Yeah, but, like, some, especially, I think with us being in a dorm, though, it's not as big of a deal. But when you have to do, like, rent, like, money and stuff, it's not good for a friendship, usually. Because, you know, you don't want to rely on them for money.
Yeah. And then, so the next one is just kind of finding a good routine and a sleep schedule. I know in high school, I had a sleep schedule, but only because I would have to wake up in the morning and go to school.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't have class until 11 or 3 p.m.
Yeah, I had a good sleep schedule and, like, routine everything last semester and even the past 3.
Yes.
But this semester, my earliest class is at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Big, so I'm just like, oh, I can stay up late. Which, when I say late, like, the latest is like 1, even though that is very late for me.
That's late.
That's very late for me. Like, I used to go to bed at like 8 or 9 because I was a grandma. I'm not anymore. But Yeah, it's probably not good that I get up at like 10:30 every day, and then I do my homework though. I'll get up, I do my homework, get lunch, maybe do some more homework, and then I go to class.
I feel like I have more of a routine maybe than you because on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays I have class at 11 and then I have work at 1.
Well, yeah, it's because you have to get up earlier than I do.
Yeah.
I don't
And
have
then
to
I
get
also
up.
have a job.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have to get up. Well, mine also, like, my documentary and everything I'm doing now is
That's
a whole
basically a
job in
job.
itself. Like, all my production stuff is a job in itself. So,
Yeah.
it's just so fun. But I do love it. It's just, it is hard to find a routine that's actually, like, consistent. Like, I'll maybe be on one for maybe, like, 1 or 2 weeks. And then it's something completely different.
And then something changes and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to do this today.
Yeah. Which in college, you just have to roll with the punches. You're not
Yeah.
going to have a set in stone schedule all the time. You know, your sleep schedule is going to get screwed up a lot. And you're just going to have to roll with it. Maybe drink some caffeine, unless you're Mia. And then you can't drink caffeine.
Yeah.
You just have
drink some chocolate milk.
You just have to die.
Oh,
Just kidding. You don't have to die.
I do eat a lot of candy.
Okay, yeah.
I eat a lot of candy.
Get some, like, sweet tarts or, like, nerd gummy clusters. That sounds so good
That
right
campus store. I'll be staying at that campus
now.
store.
No, for real. Getting some, like, Little Debbie's. So yummy.
Okay, and then the next one would be to join an organization early on in your first semester.
Absolutely.
Because, like we said in our last episode, everyone is doing college for the first time as freshmen. So, like, everyone is new to the organization, so it's okay to be nervous.
Yeah. I mean, me and Mia joined BCM our first, like, literally first day almost, you know? And it was so good for us because we met each other. We made so many connections with other people. We got connected to, like, our local church now and found more people there, you know, learned to, you know, we got to grow through Christ there, everything. Like, it's great. Like, totally push for that. Like, whether you decide to go to BCM, you do a sorority, fraternity, like, whatever you decide to do. Once you do that, though, you also do not need to overcommit to that club.
Yeah. Or just commit to too many things, not even just clubs.
Yeah. But, like, talking about the club, like, when you get involved, there's going to be tons of things you want to do and tons of events because they're all trying to get other people to be a part of it.
Yes.
And so they also have to have people to help, you know, recruit and all those things. And that can be really emotionally and mentally taxing.
And
you
just
have
overwhelming.
Yeah. And you have to learn to say no on some things. Like, it is okay. Like, you need to say yes, but there's also sometimes that you just have to say no and put yourself first. Because I would know, Mia would know, we've been through that with a few organizations and just having to step down because what's best for us in our mental health. So.
But it's just, you don't have to say yes to everything, like you said. And it is okay to say no, even if you're like us and you don't want to have to say no to someone.
Yeah.
I hate telling people no.
Even, like, yeah, because, I mean, most people you meet are going to be, like, a people pleaser and they don't want to hurt someone's feelings or whatever.
I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah. But you just don't want to hurt their feelings. And it's, I mean, in retrospect, it's not going to. Now, it may, like, they may be like, oh, well, that was not very nice, you know, like, they don't want to hang out with me. But, like, you have to put yourself first because sometimes you may have had a really bad day. You may be tired.
Yes.
You know, you may have something in your family going on and you're sad and you wish you were at home and you're like, I just really need time to myself. Or, you know, be like, you know, I just want to take an everything shower and crawl in bed and watch Grey's Anatomy and eat some ice cream.
Or
do
some homework.
Or that, you know.
You've got to do your homework.
See, I do my homework in the morning, so
not me.
I stress out, so I do mine in the morning. But yeah, no. Or do your homework. That's very important.
That's a topic for a different day.
Yeah, we'll talk about procrastination later.
And then you just have to take time for yourself, like you said, like
Yeah.
take that time to take a shower and just watch your favorite show. Like, you don't have to always be at everything, and you don't always have to be hanging out with somebody.
Yeah.
Or you can hang out with people and do nothing.
Well, I mean, your social battery has its limits. And you do not want it to be drained. Because once you're drained, you're going to... I would think that you would honestly ruin some friendships, too. Because you're going to be tired. You're obviously going to seem like you don't want to hang out with them. And they're going to be like, oh, they don't really, like, like hanging out with me,
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff. And then you may feel a little bit resentment, or just you're just going to be mentally dead.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to recharge yourself and take care of yourself. Like, I mean, I just can't press that enough, because I'm one of those people that, like, my social battery will get so low, and I just have to be like, I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to lay in bed, I'm going to watch my show, and I'm just going to just sit here and recharge and just, like, contemplate my life for a second, and then I'll be good. Like, I'm great. Or find those people, too, that don't drain your social battery and they actually recharge it for you, and that's the best.
Yeah. I think, are we that for each other?
Of course, Pookie.
And then the next one is kind of moving on to more,
Academics.
yeah. Don't buy your textbooks before you go
No.
to your class. Like the
Mm-mm.
very first week you're here, no. Go to your classes, because half the time your teachers will be like, oh, well, here's a free online version.
Or they'll be like, yeah, I said that we will use this, but we won't.
You actually just need the title. You just need to know the title and you can
Yeah.
look it up.
Or, yeah, like she said, you could look it up. I had one class, my philosophy class last semester, he was like, oh, yeah, you need all 4 of these books. I bought them $80, which fairly cheap for
Yeah.
4 books.
That's fairly, yeah.
But I didn't use them at all. I was supposed to read them. I didn't read them,
Half the time,
but I made an A.
Yeah, half the time you don't even need to read the material. Like, you're
No.
just taught things in class. But then there are some classes where you have to read the textbook.
But I didn't, that class, I was so mad I spent the money, because I was like,
Yeah.
I literally made an A in this class, and I never touched the book.
Yeah, I bought our biology textbook last spring. Because
I
I was
did
like,
not
I'm
do
not
that.
the best at biology. I should probably have the book to help me. He taught us everything we needed to know. So,
Yeah, no, you didn't need it.
no. So
It's just a whole thing of saving your money, because
Yes.
usually the professor will tell you, like, genuinely if you need the book, or when you just go to class and maybe like the 3rd week when he's like, hey, you actually need your textbook, go buy it then.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need, like, there's no pressure to, like, they're not gonna, like, yell at you, scream at you if you don't get it the first day. They don't genuinely care.
Mm-mm.
It's your choice. So,
Because I feel like something a lot of people don't know, I don't think I knew, textbooks are expensive.
oh my gosh, yeah.
I feel like, I don't remember if it was my first or second semester, but I spent like over $200 on textbooks.
The first semester spent like over 500 just because they told me that I needed those mics.
Oh.
He said I had to have them. And so everyone got them, and then mine were broke. And they wouldn't obviously like return them. So
Mhm.
I spent so much money for no reason because I never could use them. And
Yeah,
then I
that-
went and bought $20 ones on Amazon.
That's us media majors having to check out mics instead of textbooks.
Yeah. It's fun though. Not when you spend $500.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's fine.
it was okay in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. My professor liked me. I told him what happened. He was fine. It's mainly just because I would talk to him every day and yap in his ear.
And that's kind of moving on to the next point is email, or not even just email, but communicate with your professors
Yep.
and like form a relationship with them.
I have a relationship with all of my professors, and it helps me so much because if they see that like you're actually trying and like they're like, oh, she's actually like a good kid, like, because I mean you're still a kid to them, you know, like they know that this is your first time away from home, like you're trying to get this degree and, you know, be better in your life, like they're gonna help you out and they want to see that you care.
And especially those teachers within your major, like you're going to be
Yes.
having them for the next 4 years. You're going to have to get to know them. They're going to be your teachers.
They will also help you so much when, you know, you become a senior and you're getting close to like getting a career, finding a job, and they can be references. They can help you find different places because they obviously are in the same field as us. So it's like, hey, we know this person. Like, you have to make those connections and network with them.
Yes.
That is like the biggest thing here, especially if you're a media major, but in anything in general.
Yeah.
So,
And then kind of going to go along with that, you need to know how to professionally send an email. Email is not text.
no, you can't use your little, like, just the letter U for, you know,
Yeah. There's not a lot of
Y-O-U.
There's not a lot of exclamation points. I know I use a lot of exclamation points when I'm texting, but not in an email to a professor.
Yeah. Maybe if you're just like, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for helping
Sometimes
me and
it is
saving my
appropriate.
life. But
Yeah.
just like also addressing them as like their actual name, or if they're a doctor, be like, good morning, doctor, blah, blah, blah. I've seen so many people, like I've had to fix their emails when they're like, hey, can you proofread this? And it's just like looks like a text. Like it's just a whole blob. Like there's no address. There's no like thank you from Emily Pilkington or anything.
It's just like, hey, I'm this person, and here's my chunk of text, and then send. No, that is not what you do.
You don't get brownie points from them either from that. Because if they see that you're actually professional too, like that gets you some brownie points because they're like, oh, they actually can pull their weight. Like they're good at this. You know what I mean? So.
And then going along with that, you're going to have to be okay with asking your professors questions.
Yeah. So be okay with like emailing them all the time and even just going up to them.
Going up to them after class.
Yeah. I know I email my professors all the time for stuff. Like once I'm in the middle of an assignment and I'm like, you know, I'm reading the directions and I hear, like I see this, but I'm not really sure if this is exactly what they mean. Like I want to make sure like I do this right. And I'll email them. And I probably get on their nerves because I email all the time because I'm like, I want to make sure that this is okay. And then the ones in my major, I really just go and talk to, or I have their phone numbers. And so I'm just like, yo, what's up? Not actually. I actually address them like I would in an email, but like in text form. So.
And then also finding out where their office is can be important because office hours are there for a reason.
That does help. I've only done office hours like once or twice.
I've only done it once or twice too, but if you're really struggling and you need help, you can always go to your professors. Like that's what they're there for. They're your teachers.
The one time that I actually went to office hours is because I had a mental breakdown. And I told one of my professors that I couldn't do this assignment right now because I was going through a lot. And I just cried. And he said, it's okay. You don't have to do it. And I was like, thank you. It's great.
And I think also get to know your advisor. I know we know our advisor.
We know him very well. I'm his friend on Facebook. So, love you, Jonathan Reeves.
But, yes, your advisors make your schedule. And, like, if they know you, they're going to know, like, oh, I think this would be a good class for them to take. Or, oh, this would not be a good class for them to take.
Yeah. Well, it's also, like, when you go and have the meeting, it's not, like, a dreadful, like, weird, awkward experience. Like, when I go, and I know Mia goes with me, too, sometimes, like, we'll go together. Like, we just yap about, like, our day, like, how our families are. Like, he genuinely cares about us. And so, and you want to feel, like, you belong, and I feel like I belong with him. Like in that, like I feel like he's part of the family, all of that, and you know, it's like home away from home because you're not home, and so it's like your second family here.
And I think the next thing would be to have an idea of the classes you want to take before you meet with your advisor to like set those classes in stone. You probably won't run into this your very first semester because your classes are already made for you, but like from then on, I know I've been in a couple of classes that I absolutely did not like, but I didn't know what they were. I just was like, oh yeah, that sounds fine. But had I done any research, I would have known, oh, I actually don't want to take this at all.
I will say I probably should do more research than I do because I'm mainly just like, yeah, I know I need to take this, so I'm just going to take it. Because a lot of mine is just like, you have to take this. Like, I don't have much leeway. And now that I have my minor as well, like, that's all my electives, so it's like I have to take these classes. So I don't necessarily care, but there has been a few classes that like I absolutely hated, but I had to take them, so I just had to get over it.
See, I haven't had to take most of the classes that I just did not like. I didn't have to take them, and I didn't find out until like after the semester was over.
Yeah, no.
I was like,
no, because I remember there's one class I took last semester. And I told people about it, and they're like, oh my gosh, I hated that class. Like, it's terrible. And then I went and asked my advisor if, like, I could drop it, and he was like, no, you have to have that. And I was like, well, dang it. Never mind then.
Yeah.
So.
But then there's also, sometimes they put you in a class that you absolutely love. I was in Intro to Fiction last semester. Favorite class. I love that. I wish I was in that class again this semester.
My favorite class probably was media aesthetics because we just had to watch movies and shows and stuff and write like papers about it and how like the different aspects of media and the aesthetics of everything like correlated with it, and that was so fun because it just gave me excuses to watch like The Dark Knight.
I wish I had a class that I could just watch movies in.
I have a lot of classes where they're like watch this episode and like critique it and find the script and like edit the script for it and everything.
Mhm.
It's so fun.
And then going along with that, I know I had to, but I don't think you did. Dropping a class and then picking another one up isn't the end of the world.
Yeah. Last semester when I took philosophy, I had an idea that I was like, if I don't do well in this class, because I was terrified to take it, that I was going to drop it.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad was like, Emily, you really need to try to push yourself to learn how to think on a broader scale and see if you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am just a media major, so I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this philosophy stuff. Like, I'm not that smart. But I actually did pretty well in it, and I was actually glad that I did it just because it made me think on a broader scale of things. But luckily, I did not drop it. But yeah, I know you did.
Yeah, I had a class last spring semester. I don't even remember what it was called. But we get in the class, it only has like maybe 10 people, isn't it? Which is actually a lot for my major because there's not a lot of us left. And he was zooming in from somewhere else, and that was how we were being taught.
No.
And I was like, he was presenting PowerPoints and stuff like that. I was like, I can't learn like this isn't happening. And I went to maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4, but probably not. I was like, I can't do this. And I told one of my friends in the class, I was like, I'm going to have to drop this class. And I went and talked to the advisor before the drop date. And I picked up a class that I ended up liking a lot. But I was like, no, I cannot be in this class.
Well, in this time, like right now, it's so freaking hard to like actually learn because everything is online right now. And ever since COVID, like no one wants to come to work and actually like teach. They're like, oh, it's easier just to have a template, be an online teacher and send it. And I'm like, some people learn great from online.
No.
Or from Zoom, but like I don't.
I'm not learning half as much online as I am in person. I'm paying attention more in class because if it's online, I don't care as much.
No, I don't either. Now I understand like some classes I have that are in person, but we don't actually like really have because it's more like project based.
Yeah, see, that's different.
That's totally fine with me because I'm like, we're doing the assignments, and if we need help, like our professor's there to help. But like just online, I'm like, oh, this is just another assignment I need to get done really fast. And I just do it first thing in the morning on Monday and I get it done and I just never think about it again. Like it's not a thing. So
it's just, it's a chore to get online class assignments done.
But all to say, just for us being, working and doing all our classwork and everything and trying to do our best, it's okay not to be a perfect all A student.
Yes.
We had to come to terms with that.
Yeah, I was I had one B in high school, maybe 2. But I was an all A student in high school, and I was like, oh, like college is gonna be a breeze. Like I'm gonna get all A's. Wrong.
Yeah.
And I was a not perfect all A student. I only had like 1, maybe 2 B's in high school, and I thought I was just gonna bring that right over to college, and that college was gonna be easy. It is not as easy as high school.
No.
And
not.
I know I've had almost all A's, but I thought I was going to have a C last spring semester. And I had to come to terms with that really quickly. But ended up, I got a B in the class. And me and my mom were in our living room when I read my transcript, jumping for joy for that B.
Yeah. I remember last semester was my first B, and I finished with an 89, and I was so freaking mad because I deserved an A in that class. Everyone, like, no one in that class actually got an A, I don't think, except maybe like 1 or 2 people because she screwed up our test and everything. But I also, at that point, I knew, like, everyone was struggling, and I was just excited that I didn't fail because the first week, everyone had, like, an F or a D. I had, like, one of the highest grades, and I had, like, a 65. So I was so happy about that. And in high school, I probably had 1 B, and I think it was, like, in English, my, like, 9th grade or 10th grade year because I was absent a lot. And so, like, obviously that wrecked me. But I was like, no, I'm coming into college, and I'm going to, kill it, all that stuff. And then My parents, when I was really upset that I didn't get all A's, they were like, well, did you try your best? I was like, well, yeah, of course. Like, I'm not a slacker. And they're like, okay, that's all you can ask for, really.
Yeah.
Like, and an 89.3, like, be so for real.
Yeah.
But it is not the end of the world if you don't get all A's. I understand your parents probably want you to get all A's, and you, like, set that bar to make all A's, but it is not the end of the world. Like, you will be okay. I promise.
It's okay to get a couple of B's, maybe even a couple of C's, as long as you keep a GPA high enough to keep your scholarships.
Absolutely. Now, if you get a D or an F, you need to put probably some more effort in, or drop the class if you're really having that much of an issue with it.
Because sometimes it's not the class, it's the professor teaching.
Yeah, that
I know a couple of people who've been like, he or she was just not the teacher for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
I mean, everyone learns differently.
Yeah.
It just happens, you know? Then I added one of these tips, and I was so excited about it because it's the most random thing ever. But I highly recommend you getting some type of headphones, like AirPods, like over the ear, whatever, because that's like my favorite investment that I've ever had here. Mainly just because, you know, you walk to class, listen to music. If you're in class and you don't really want to listen to the professor, I had my AirPods in last semester.
I fear that's not a good tip to have.
I only did it in one class, okay?
I would look over and you're watching Hogs basketball. Or I'd look over and you're on Pinterest.
Dude, I did it so much last semester then. No. Wait, was our sociology class 2 semesters ago?
No, that was...
No, it was 2 semesters ago. It was our spring semester.
That's crazy.
Year. Yeah, so no, my spring semester, my freshman year, I think 3 classes I did not have to really listen, but I just had to be there for attendance. And so I had my AirPods in and I turned them down low enough so I could like kind of hear. But like one of my professors, I couldn't understand a word she was saying because just she couldn't speak very well. And then our other class, me and Mia actually had together, was biology. And I did not listen in that class. I just watched Hogs basketball the whole time, so.
I tried to listen. I'd be over there taking notes, and then I'd be like, oh, what did he just say? And then I'd look over, and she is not paying a lick of attention. She is on Pinterest. She's editing a highlight reel of Hogs basketball plays. She's watching a game, an old game from, like, weeks ago. I'm like, oh,
I got a lot of stuff done in this class.
And then I was like, oh, she's not paying attention. That means I don't have to pay attention.
Well, okay, I tried the first few weeks, and then it did not matter.
No.
It did not matter because, listen, I'm prefacing this. All of our tests were online, so you best believe I cheated.
Oh, no.
I did. I'm sorry. I just did.
No.
Like, I wasn't going to fail.
That is not a tip, guys. Don't cheat on your tests.
No, don't be like me. I'm sorry. But... no, I cheated. I'm going to be straight up because I did not want to fail that class. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to fail bio when I'm a creative media production major.
My gosh.
Like, that just is embarrassing for me, even though I don't understand anything about biology. But that's beside the point. So, all to say, have headphones. They're great.
Have headphones. You
They're
can listen to music
awesome.
whenever you want.
Yeah, and it also helps you study.
I know some people, even you've said this once before. If you have, like, over-the-ear headphones, you're like, I don't want to do that. That makes me look like a nerd. I don't think it does. I have over-the-ear headphones.
It's your preference, okay?
Yes.
I have a tiny peanut head. It makes me look like I'm huge, okay? Don't judge the peanut head.
Okay. I'm sorry, but...
If you know me, you know.
Oh.
If you know, you know.
Okay. And then, also... do not listen to everything TikTok says that you need. I know before I graduated high school even, I was seeing like, I'm a junior in college and these are the things that I loved to have during my last 3 years, or these are the things you have to bring.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I do remember like before I came, like, and I was like making a list of everything, I would watch those TikToks and that was all over my For You page. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need all these like fancy things. But my parents were like, you're not getting those things, like, respectfully.
I had a friend that was in college, and I was like, can you make me a list of what I need? Because you also need, like, random things.
Yeah.
Like, chip clip for bags. Like, I know we use those. Or, like, paper plates. You don't think about little stuff like that. Like, oh, you just have that in your house.
Yeah, I was like, I just had, like, the house stuff. I had, like, a fridge, a microwave. Get a mattress topper.
Yes, a mattress topper is so important. These beds at college are literally plastic.
Yeah.
They're not comfy at all.
Unless you like a hard brick
Yeah.
like Nathan does. Nathan doesn't have a mattress topper. He loves the firmness of it.
So he loves to be in pain constantly?
He says that the soft mattress toppers like hurt his back. Which I'm
I
like,
mean, I guess. But
yeah,
like,
but like the beds here are like rocks.
yes, they're like rocks and they're plasticky.
Yeah. I don't know.
I could never do that.
Yeah, no.
Something else would be to communicate with your roommate. Like, I know
If you want to match with your stuff,
well, no,
yeah.
not even that, but like, you don't need 2 trash cans, you don't need 2 refrigerators, you don't need 2 microwaves.
I would say you need more. I would say like trash cans are a big thing because we go through our trash a lot.
yeah,
But like, no, you don't need more than 1 refrigerator. That's too much.
because like when we moved in together, you were like, well, I have a fridge, and I also have a microwave, and I was like, oh, well, I have a microwave, and we were like, oh, okay, and then I mean, we ended up keeping yours because it fit better because mine was a little bigger.
I was like, Mom was smaller and we have a really small room, so
Yes.
it was like we're just gonna do this. So
Yeah.
it worked out.
But just there's a lot of TikToks that are really helpful in like, okay, here's something
Get
that
a
you actually
fan.
need. Yes.
We
Oh my
have
gosh.
3 fans.
Well, it's also because we don't control the temperature in our room.
No,
we
it's
have to
so
contact
hot.
maintenance.
We always have the window open too, and it's so miserable.
We had to
some
go
days.
buy an extra fan last semester because it was so hot during the summer.
It still gets hot.
Yes,
but
and it's winter.
yeah, it gets pretty warm. Well, we also get really hot easily.
Yeah.
And I sweat in my sleep no matter what
Mhm.
temperature it is. So
And I just like to sleep cold.
yeah, me too. But I just hate sweating in my sleep. It's just not fun. So
And then, kind of going along with things to bring, know your closet size because, number one, you're not going to wear all your clothes. So you don't need to bring all of your clothes.
yeah, I had to learn that the hard way because I brought like every single pair of shoes I have, and I have a lot of shoes, like a lot. And in like my first dorm, I had a really big closet, so it really worked out for me.
Those are like nice walk-in closets.
Yeah, it was huge, even though it was the most like ghetto dorm I've ever been in. But like they had really big closets and everything. But then when we moved, I had to put like some of my shoes in Mia's closet and everything. And I didn't wear all of them. And I was like, but I loved all of them. Like I love my shoes. But I'm like, obviously I'm not going to wear my high heel like sandal things on a normal Tuesday afternoon.
Yes.
I'm just not. So I had to go and take a lot of those home, and it made me really sad. So I kept like 15 pairs of shoes here.
I only kept 15 pairs of shoes because that's a normal amount.
Hey, for some people it is. And I wear a lot of them.
You do. I'll give you that. But it's also our closets are the size of a broom closet.
Yeah. And I had to give up a lot of my clothes too.
I know, it's so sad. I'm like, all my clothes still at home. I miss you.
But you do have to realize, like, you're not going to wear all those clothes, especially at school, because there's not many nicer things that you're going to need things for. Like, I like wearing my leggings and my shorts and my sweatshirts, and, like, every once in a while I'll look nice. Like, the other day, it was really warm, and so I wore, like, some jean shorts and a sweater thing, and that was, like, all fun. But, like, you don't need all your clothes. If you, like, truly love the item and you know, like, you'll wear it a lot, bring it. But if you're like, I'm not really sure, like, this may be a stretch if I, want to wear it, don't bring it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I used to, before I moved to college, I like counted as I was packing. I had 27 sweaters.
No.
I have like 7 now. And that's plenty for me.
I need more sweaters. I have plenty of hoodies and sweatshirts.
I have plenty of those too, but you wear a lot more of stuff like that, and I wear my jeans a lot.
I wear more athletic clothes
Yeah.
than you do
Yeah.
because it's just more comfy for me.
Yeah, my jeans are comfy.
No.
I know what comfy jeans are.
No.
You don't know what comfy jeans are?
They squeeze me. I don't like it.
Oh, maybe they're too small?
No, they're not.
Oh.
It's because, like, I get bloated.
Oh.
And then and then I have to unbutton them.
Well, to each their own, I guess.
Yeah, I get a little hungry sometimes and then they swell.
Okay, and then the next thing that I think I'm most excited to talk about...
Going on to bloating.
Bruh. No, the thing I'm most excited to talk about is that it's okay to eat alone. Like I said, didn't know anyone when I came here. So I would just go eat alone in the caf like all the time. I'm like, oh, I want lunch. Let me go eat by myself. And do not get me wrong. I was terrified the first like month of school. I'm like, everyone is going to be looking at me and pointing and laughing at me. They're going to go, ha ha, ha ha. Look at her. She's sitting alone. Look at how much of a loser she is. Hey, guess what? No one said that to me.
But they're thinking it.
Oh, but I don't know that.
I'm just kidding. They're not actually thinking it. No, I did not do that. It kind of made me uncomfy. And also, I just refused to go to the cafeteria.
Yeah, you do. I would have to make you. Like when we finally became friends,
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, I'm going to go eat. She's like, oh, Chick-fil-A. I'm like, no, I don't have any flex.
Yeah, I didn't want to eat by myself. The only time I would is like if I went and got Chick-fil-A or something, and I would just go sit at a random table in the Union and I would eat it because I would like put my headphones in and watch a show or something and just eat. Like I didn't care, but I just did not want to go in the dining room just because it just looked so, I don't know, it looks so depressing. And the food is depressing. It's just not good.
Some of it's good. If you
No,
go at
it's
the very
not.
yes, it is. If you go at the very back, that's like the home cook section. Those meals, whenever
I
it
would
was
go
meals
back
I
there.
liked.
That I would do that sometimes when I went back there, and I just didn't really like it that
Oh,
much.
I did. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
They also have soft serve ice cream. I throw down with that soft serve ice cream. Do you not throw down with soft serve ice cream?
I don't really care. Let's be real.
That is so tragic.
I like the Ben and Jerry's tonight though that they have in the sweet shop.
Oh no, I would get bowl of chocolate and vanilla swirl soft serve ice cream, and then I'd go get a plate of French fries, and I'd dip my French fries in the soft serve. That actually sounds so good right now.
I
so
do
hungry.
like French fries and ice cream. That is good.
That was always like my dessert, and I didn't do it very often because half the time the soft serve machine is broken, and that's
Yeah.
devastating. But they also, oh my gosh, they have these M&M cookies in the caf, and me and our other friend Raven, oh my gosh, we knew. I would be like, dog, there's M&M cookies in the caf right now. She'd be like, say less, and we'd go get some M&M cookies.
No. I just don't care. I just don't care at all.
You also don't eat half the time.
No, I have a small stomach, so I can't eat much. Like I can eat like a little bit of like I don't know. I'll go to Chick-fil-A and get like a 12-count of grilled nuggets and be full for the rest of the day. So,
And I'm eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
no, I don't. I don't really eat breakfast that much unless it's like, oh, I'm up early. Let me go get some chicken minis or like let me eat a Pop-Tart or something.
Oh, a chicken biscuit.
Oh my gosh, those are so good.
Chick-fil-A.
Man, I thought I woke up in time today.
You did not. You did not wake up in
so
time.
for real. I thought I woke up at like 8 or 9 today, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna go get me a chicken biscuit. I take out my phone and it is 10:30.
I would love a chicken biscuit right now at 8 a.m. Oh, just kidding. It's 10:30.
I said, oh, I guess I slept through all the alarms.
Yep.
Oops.
Yep.
That's my bad.
And then as we're getting to the end here, you do not have to party and drink to have fun.
Yeah. I always thought like watching movies and stuff of college is like partying, drinking, all that stuff. And I'm not very comfortable with the whole like alcohol, like drinking party scene. I'm just not like
Yeah.
it's some people's, and that's to teach their own, whatever. But like that's not my type of fun.
I tried to go to a party. It was that first semester or second semester?
It was the first semester.
It was first semester, and I didn't even want to go to like drink and stuff. I just wanted to see like what a party looked like, honestly, because I've never been to one. And I told Emily about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm fixing to go with my sweet mate. She was gonna go with me, and she was super excited to take me. And she's like, really? And I'm like,
I
yeah?
definitely guilt tripped her.
And Emily was like, are you sure like you want to do that? Like are you sure? I'm like, I mean, yeah, like I'm probably not going to stay longer than like 30 minutes at
I
most.
just know that there's a lot of things that go down in those. And so I was like, hey, are you really sure you want to do this before you're just like, hey, I just want to do this just to see how fun it, like how it is. I'm like, I'm not judging you. I was like, are you sure before you go do this?
And I was like, yeah. And then
I said, okay,
Time
I'll come get you if
finally-
you need help.
the time finally comes, and I made myself sick. I like couldn't go. I was like, I'm sorry, sweet mate, I cannot come. I'm actually gonna throw up.
Yeah,
if I
I
go.
think I texted her like an hour or two like after the party like started, that like I know she said like the party was going to start, and I was like, hey, how's it going, like how'd it go? And you said, I in fact did not go, I got scared.
Yep.
And I was like, well, that's probably good that you got scared.
And I told my aunt about that, and she laughed at me. She said, yeah, that sounds like something you would do.
See, my type of fun is watching Hogs basketball or watching a movie or a show or something. And I always say that Dr. Pepper is my beer.
Bro.
So I be drinking my beer, which is Dr. Pepper. Thirsty Thursday's got nothing on me.
Okay, and our last tip that we have is just to enjoy college.
Yeah, enjoy the process of all the things, because obviously we don't know everything and we don't know you, so
Yeah.
it's like you're gonna have your own experience and everything, and we're just sharing a little light on like our experience and like what we learned. And so just enjoying the process. Like, it's gonna be really hard, and it's also gonna be super fun, so I would just say, you know, roll with the punches.
Yeah. But anyway, we wanted to thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode.
Yes, I hope you had so much fun.
I hope you had so much fun listening as well.
Because we had so much fun yapping.
But if you missed last week's episode, you should listen to get to know us a little bit more and hear our tips on making lifelong friends. Our first episode is all about friendship, and you can find it on our Spotify and our YouTube page.
Yeah, go listen to us being very wise people. You won't.
We are wise.
Yeah,
we are wise.
We are wise. We know things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you want to tune in next week, we are talking about taking L's.
You're going to tune in.
You're going to tune in and listen to us talk about taking L's, because that's something you have to be okay with.
And we think it's going to be a really fun topic to talk about.
Yes.
So it's going to be more of like, it's going to be the most unserious, serious
Yes.
conversation, I think.
But-
Because obviously just roll the punches, take L's.
Yes. Anyway, we just wanted to say thank you so much for listening, and that we will see you next week.
Bye.